pray to Ondra in the deeps to guide them on their way. Those loving parting words.
Welcome back, welcome back. It is a pleasure to see you once again. Tell me, how is the sailing? Smooth? Nothing to delay your expedition, I hope. How might I assist you? Wonderful, I can't wait to... Oh, is that a little fishman you've drawn? I had already set a coin aside for you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. We are getting into deeper water now, so to speak. We call the islands along the east of Magran's Teeth the Burning Shoals. As you might imagine, it gets a little hot over there. 2 of the islands haven't been surveyed yet. You'll want to sail northeast from the docks to reach the islands. I'll be waiting.
You know, Palagina, I never realized how much I missed your company.
You just miss having someone standing in front of you when Isomir insults half the people in a room.
She won't try to touch your feathers again. That's for certain.
Ak, my little privateer. You have news for me? Perfecto. For once, our service ships may take to the waters without fear. Knowing that is almost priceless. You've taken all the work from the louses of Queen's Birth, and I have nothing more to offer you, save this.
The way your eyes reflect the light of that spooky lantern, well, it, gets a girl's attention is all.
Good God, I'm sorry. Here, let me dim the light.
Hey, calm down, Firefly. Bet you didn't know I had my eye on you.
The belly of the great eel roars with hunger. Will you help Barati to calm it? Tangaloa relishes any good meal, but I say justice makes for a savory dish. You served up a mighty feast, and the great eel's belly swells, for a time. Until it hungers again, Barati's work is done.
Bolt to battle. Glory be to God! Yes? I'd be glad to.
Thanks, stranger. Don't think I could have made it without you. These Skulder had been picking folk off for weeks, picking on the weak. Those too young, old, or sick to fight them off. Maybe it was stupid, but I couldn't let that go on, not if I could help it. Ha! You and me both. The Gullet's a safer place with these monsters cut to pieces. Like it? My father left it for me. Told me that one day I'd defend the Deadfire with it. You're not wrong. I don't understand it myself, but it seemed to confuse the Skulder. Probably saved my life. Not really. Father found it and brought it home. He said he got it from some Dirwidian pirate captain with a dog named Griffin. But, well, sometimes his tales were a bit taller than true. I doubt it, but thanks for saying so all the same. Anyway, I think you should have this. For what you did, and for what you can do with it. That's Father's doing. He traveled all over and he insisted that I learn Adiran, Valian, and Rawatayan. I even know a few phrases in Anutanic. It would mean a lot to me if you took it. Besides, it's a bit big for me. I should probably stick with daggers and the like.
Oh, a lady knows what she likes in a weapon. Ahead of her years, this one.
No, thank you for coming along when you did. And what's more, for helping. I truly appreciate what you did. Not everyone in Nekataka steps in for a neighbor. I need to be getting back to Mother, though. I probably shouldn't take home Skulder meat, should I?
My favorite privateer. Clear skies. It is satisfying to see one of our island cousins humbled for a change. May the others take this as an example. Privateer, you served Ralatai with distinction. No more could possibly be asked of you.
What's a good word, Scuttler? Better if you don't ask. 'Cause the Deadfire's in a big, ugly power play, it is. And not everyone gets quartered for being in the game. One captain, she's a piece, standing 20 rounds distant from the real players. Another, he's a means to some unknowable end. Who's to say why they both need to die? And the type of clients he pays for the red worker scuttling. They don't blow the gaff to the elf. Knowing the Deadfire waters are short, a pirate hunter is worth 10 times its weight in pyres. Hate to say it, Scuttler, but I'm tapped out. My client's gone awfully quiet, so we're both better off sailing for the next horizon.
Bide where you are, lovesome. Well, regale me. She always has the most lovely and interesting sorts vying for her attention. Suppose me and you ain't so different in that regard. Say I happen to have a fella wanting for a full shipment of crude luminous Ardra, but I have no Ardra to sell. Loot me no less than 3 crates, and I'll be, let's say, better inclined to do you a favor. If you're a particularly daring sort, you might snatch it from under their noses. Them Valian trading princocks have a stockpile of it in their mill in Queen's Berth. Otherwise, you could raid them in shallow waters as they ship it in. Of course, he's my landlubbery contact in the gullet. Once, he was a master sailmaker. Lots of Principe crews vied for him, but he lost his footing in the rigging one day. It's a mistake sailors make only once. He shattered both legs. Was Elia's mercy that he broke nothing more. But after that he lost his taste for the sea. Know what makes you a pirate, Lovesome? Sailing. It's sailing what makes you a right pirate. Sure, plundering too, but leave the seas and you leave the Principe. Aye, but Aldi's wouldn't, and she's the only other captain what matters to me. You don't see me flying Ferrante's flag now, do you? My loyalty lies with the new blood, the future, and the strength of the Principe.
Watcher, I must object. Whatever plan you have to ingratiate yourself to these pirates cannot come at the cost of the company's luminous Ardra mill. Good.
Here you are again. What business brings you to my mill? Ha! I need a large country estate and several handsome women to fan me with palm fronds. It is good for the heart to dream impossible dreams, yes? The Ardra belongs to the Valian Trading Company, Aimika. Unless you plan to open a bathhouse to rival Ganor's in Periki's Overlook, we will take no orders from you. You would spend that goodwill on this one errand? If you insist. Your price is 1,500 copper. We only sell it by the crate. How many shall I book you for? That will be 4,500 copper. It is a rare pleasure to meet someone whose coin purse is as large as their mouth. Good day.
Watcher, if you have a moment, I'd like to tell you something. I appreciate that you have been helping me, helping the Republics. I know that you have an important purpose in the Deadfire, and that purpose is not the same as ours. Still, I hope you can see the potential the Republics have to do good here. Quite, but I trust you will continue to support us in the future. Cores.
Hello, Swabby. Well, regale me. I invite you to hand it over swiftly, then. Ah, what lovelies. Aye, fine work you've done. Work I won't be likely to forget. And neither will Captain Aldis. Best believe I'll be sending her a missive to sing of your praises. What in Andra's tit was that for? I'll be sure to remember that.
Welcome back. Is there something else you wish to discuss?
You've been a great assistance to us in the city. Now then, I'll answer what I can, of course. If this is a ploy of some kind, it's charmingly direct.
We're all friends here.
Was there something specific you wanted to know? It was established in 2708, after the Deadfire's wealth of resources became apparent. The first of the company's directors, Farah Batteret, was granted authority to gather those resources in the name of the Valian republics. There was no Kahanga tribe of note then, really. No Queen Onakaza, to be sure. Our chief competitors at the time were the Adirans. Much as with the Deerwood, the Empire couldn't maintain a foothold. We didn't discover the properties of Luminous Adra until a couple of years ago, but the company's successes in the region predate that by quite some time. Chiefly Luminous Adra. There are various mining interests among the investors as well, but the Luminous Adra trade has taken priority. But the company has also funded advancements in the field of animancy. The Deadfire holds numerous Inquithan ruins. And unlike the Deerwood's grandfathers, the Huana take no great offense if we go digging through the past. Oh, relations with the Huana have been peaceful for the most part. Onakaza's work uniting the tribes has certainly made negotiations more feasible. A few outlying tribes are still openly hostile towards us. As for the Royal Deadfire Company, I think it's safe to say we are competitors. Whatever plans they have for the Deadfire, our outposts seem to be in the way. The pity of it is that under friendlier circumstances, we might have appreciated Rawatai's support against the Principe. As it stands, they sink our ships as often as the pirates. Yes, I'll answer what I can, of course. Flaune Alette is my main point of contact, to be honest. Apart from a few special appointments, she selected her own assistants. A talented group to a one. I find them painfully young at times. Alette has always been a firebrand. She rubbed a few people the wrong way back in the Republics, which gave me the opportunity to offer her a place here, on an island paradise. yes. I've never had the best of luck explaining. It's easier to say it's the future and leave it to the imagination. Everything the luminous Adra power can do, the rejuvenating effects, the energy, is no more than a pleasant side effect for the shareholders. But the truth is, this research could propel us ahead decades. We tangle with the fabric of the soul. Imagine if we could better ourselves as easily as we mend a battered hull. If we could transport ourselves leagues and leagues away in a moment. It's the potential of the thing. I wish everyone could see it. The people, they are pleasant enough, very welcoming. Superstitious, of course, ignorant of a lot of what occurs beyond their territory. That said, Nekataka is certainly beautiful, isn't it? Ak, I much prefer to be posted here than some little fishing village. And the Queen certainly strikes an impressive figure. There are a great many legends about her. I suspect a few are even true. Me? I suppose that's fair. I know a great deal about you, after all. I've worked for the company a long time. Before that, I managed a family business. A merchant, you might say. I like to think I have a good eye for talent. Talent and opportunity. That's all any venture needs. I suppose it caught the Songreta Mia Compressor's attention. I was assigned here. No. The Songreta, it has free rein in such matters. That I was appointed director means that they had faith I would be the most effective choice. It is an honor one does not refuse. So nothing too interesting, I'm afraid. Unless you have an interest in Valian law. Alvari? Appointed by the council, that one. To be honest, I know very little about her. Certainly a competent woman when it comes to short-term goals. There are rumors she started out on a ship, a deckhand if you believe it. Quite the climb from humble beginnings. Now then, was there something you needed?
Close enough. Agrasima. That'll staunch my pains for an evening at least. Nasenale. I've never had a roof over my head longer than an evening. I guess cutting me loose was cheaper on my parents than a passage back to the Republics. Or a few bites of bitter squash.
It seems the Huana have their own version of animancy, reading the souls of the young to establish their roles.
Where do you draw the line between animancy and what the Huana do? Do you object to their practices as well?
Animancers attempt to alter what the Huana merely observe. It's fundamentally different.
Not all animancers do, and most who do are attempting to fix, to cure maladies of the soul. As much as you must hate to admit it, they are trying to do good where no one else dares.
Business comes and goes like the tide. What can I do for you? Oh, come take a look.
My hands are feeling better. It's my pride that's still sore. You know, I've heard stories about you. People around Nekataka seem to think a lot of you. I could probably use the good influence, especially with the way my last posting ended. I'll see you on board, Captain.
Are you ready to meet our commander? Aldis has been waiting for you. Right this way, Captain. It's my pleasure to show our honored guest around. Aye, it sure is.
Odd. I seem to be missing a cask of my favorite rum. But what can I do, you lovesome? So I heard. And so I'm impressed. I like when someone does me and mine a favor. Makes me feel real friendly towards them, you know? And I like to give my friends little tokens of my appreciation, like this. Expect me to be in touch, if or when I need you. Elsewise, do come to see me should you happen to uncover any particularly juicy tidbits regarding Ferrante's political schemes. We're the future, and we ain't going nowhere. We're pirates, Loveson. We own this sea, and the sea loves us back in her twisted way. Ferrante pines for a homeland he's never seen. But what does old Veila mean to me or my crew? We're not Vailian, and we never will be. Though if you're Vailian and you want to join our bloodline, you're more than welcome. Generations ago, and I grew like a weed in the deerwood, you see? You say Consueglo me casitas, I say Council of Captains. You say Principe, I say best pirates in the Deadfire. You say Swollenet, I say, well, some things stay the same. That I do, Loveson. A real powerful one you got there. Where in Aora did you happen to find it? Think Ravan will be wanting it back then? I know I do. Hold on to that, Loveson. You've given me a thought as to how I might track the floating hangman. I'll tell you further when I know more myself. Got something for me, Dove? I'm all ears. Nekataka? But why there, Loveson? Well, go on then. I'm sure you've heard our saying, share and share, as is the law of the coast. Explains how she's captain of an undead crew. That also tells me, if she's a death guard, then there'll be something she's wanting most fierce. Something she may be willing to bargain for. This bit of knowledge is something I can assuredly work with. I always did like untangling the threads of history. It's like puzzling out an encoded treasure map. Only to reap these spoils, we've to uncover the mysteries of the past. Give me time, and I'll find the means to deal with Lucia. Then we'll be one fathom closer to commandeering the floating hangman. I figured as much. That's how Ferrante gained his political standing. And that's how he keeps it. With underhanded tactics that whittle his opponents into ruin. Me? I prefer to face my foes head on. Give them the chance to join me before I fucking annihilate them. And I like to reward those who support me. I'm good to my allies, you see. For your troubles, Dove, let me share with you a little of my treasure. The floating hangman is the remains of the Fonferus. Interesting. Quite very interesting. I had heard rumors as to such. The floating hangman flies a flag featuring the burning palace from Old Veila. As you wish, Dove. I am happily and wholeheartedly at your disposal. At least until I get bored.
Was there something else she wanted?
Still got it.
come on, strong lasses, lead away, Monday.
Between the eyes.
There's a woman!
Machine.
between the eyes.
Someone flogging a figurehead. Futile.
Where you came from? I'm not sure I can. That dog won't hunt. Yes? No, lost the light. That was about as useful as a seat. Oh no! That's embarrassing. Lost the light. Of course.
At once.
Lava is beyond seek.
Of course. I'd be glad to.
Taxed to my limit.
Absolutely.
We got trouble, folks.
Stand together! Certainly.
Bye.